Alright, so today we're gonna go in the book Mount Shasta, Home of the Ancients, edited by Valiant Thor. Now y'all gotta take some of this that I'm about to read with a grain of salt, just based off some of the books that are compiled in this book, as far as whom the authors may be. Now, the girl from the Lemurian Colony beneath Mount Shasta by William F. Hamilton. Now, y'all, we got to take this with a grain of salt because this William F. Hamilton guy, I'm pretty sure he racist than a motherfucker. Okay, and it's just based off the time that he was born in. So anyway, let's start. So we're gonna spit out the bones and digest what we feel is proper. Because we know he finna add some shit to this. Anyway, Bill Hamilton of Glendale, Arizona first became interested in Mount Shasta at a young age after reading A Dweller on Two Planets by Philos. Later, at the age of 15, he visited the mountain himself, having an avert interest in the UFO mystery. Hamilton set out to research possible UFO bases in North America. His search eventually led him to Mount Shasta, and it was soon after this that he became acquainted with a very interesting person. His story follows. James Churchward authored a controversial book in the 1930s entitled The Lost Continent of Mu, which tells of the destruction of a huge continent that once occupied the southern Pacific Ocean over 12,000 years ago. The collapse of arcing gas chambers below the Earth exterminated Mu's 64 million inhabitants, and a fiery holocaust that sent most of this massive piece of land to the bottom of the ocean. The Hawaiian Islands, Easter Island, and various South Pacific islands are cited as above water remnants of the ancient land of Mu, also known in occult circles as Lemuria. And listen at that. So they saying the remnants of the ancient land of Mu, also known in occult circles as Lemuria. Ain't that some shit? Nah, did a continent exist? Let's go. Did any of its people survive? Where did the survivors go? Did the Lemurians build anything that survivors today as mute testimony to their ancient presence in the world? Were the Mayans the descendants of the Lemurian Empire of the Sun? Okay, hold up, y'all. I gotta show y'all something right quick concerning the Mayans so we can see if the bullshit is gonna catch up with a lie by this author. I'm gonna show y'all something right quick. Now, this is an original painting that they found in Mexico of what the Mayans' skin tone looked like, or what they look like. As we can see, it looked like they done had dreads in their head. Okay. We could tell they copper colored bronze skin. Here's another painting that they found on some of the walls in the Mayan temples. More paintings that they found in the Mayan temple walls, on the walls of the Mayans. We can clearly see these are what we call today black people. The original Mayans. The Naga Mayans. Here again we have more images of what the ancient Mayans look like. The original Mayans. So I don't want to hear nothing about no white skin, a white Native American, a white Indian. I don't want to see none of that shit in this book. But we know 9 times out of 10, he gonna put some cut on it because he racist. It's part of their nature. They can't help that shit. Got to whitewash shit. Got to make every fucking body white. But let us keep going. Here we have more images of the Mayans, or the Naga Mayans, who are the original Native Americans, the indigenous people to the North Americas. As we can see, their copper color, bronze skin, brown skin, look like so-called black folks today. See the dreads in their head? We see the dreads. They even got on the, look like they got panther skins on them, which in a way kind of put you in the mind of the Egyptian priesthood, because the Egyptian priesthood would the jaguar skins or the panther skins. Anyway, we just gotta point a few things out in case we run across the bullshit. Now, let us continue. Were the Mayans the descendants of the Lemurian Empire of the Sun? How does Lemuria relate to Atlantis? Questions. Questions followed by evidence, counter evidence, arguments, heated debates, wholesale belief and wholesale disbelief. It is not possible to treat all of the facets of these questions in these few pages. We're gonna get where we need to go. I have proof or evidence. He said, no, my bad. I have no proof or evidence to substantiate claims in favor of the Atlantis and Lemurian legend. But sometimes I investigate, analyze, and research the UFO phenomena, psychic phenomena, and astroarchaeologically in an attempt to uncover new clues to our hidden past. He goes on to say, I ran across some fascinating people in the course of my investigations who tell me many unusual stories. In 1977, while on the trail of reports of UFO base locations, I met a young, very pretty blonde girl with almond-shaped eyes and small, perfect teeth, whose name is Bonnie. All right, we getting somewhere. Let's see where we're going. Okay. Bunny has told me an incredible story and has related a volume of interesting information on Atlantis and Lemuria. Bunny is sincere, cheerful, and rational, and says she is a Lemurian born under the sign of Leo in 1951 in a city called Telos that was built inside an artificial dome-shaped cavern in the earth a mile or so beneath Mount Shasta, California. Many people have reported seeing mysterious fires and lights in the slopes of this 12,000 feet volcanic mountain. Mount Shasta is perennially shrouded in snow and is sometimes engirdled with lenticular cloud formations that cap the snowy peak. UFO reports have been prolific in this section of northern California. One report involves a close encounter between a Mount Shasta sheriff's car and a glowing disc. Bonnie, her mother, her father, Ramu, her sister, Judy. How the fuck they get these Caucasian ass names if they Lemurians? Anyway, we're going to keep reading. Her cousins, Lore and Matox, live and move in our society, returning frequently to Telos for rest and recuperation. Bunny relates that her people use boring machines to bore tunnels in the earth. These boring machines heat the rock to incandescence, then vitrify it. Then vitrified. Okay, we're gonna keep. Okay. Thus eliminated the need for beams and supports. Note: according to an article in the German magazine Der Spiegel for April the 3rd, 1972, the U.S. Laboratory for Atomic Research at Los Alamos has developed a thermal drill which can drill through rock, leaving no waste material. Well, goddamn. The tip of the drill is made of wolfram and heated by a graphite heating element. The thermal drill melts the rock, through which it bores and presses it against the walls, where it cools down as this Spiegel related. I don't know if I'm saying that shit right. Anyway, the first test model bored almost soundlessly through blocks of stone 12 feet thick. God damn. At Los Alamos, they were now planning the construction of a thermal drill that is powered by a mini atomic reactor and eats into the earth like a mole in the form of an armored vehicle. This drill is intended to pierce the earth's crust, which is about 25 miles thick, and takes samples of the underlying mantle. A tube transit train system is used to connect the few Atlantean Lemurian cities that exist in various subterranean regions of our hemisphere. Hamilton later learned of one tube shuttle thermal which opens in Mount Monaco, California, and is used by the Telosian surface operators when commuting to and from Mount Shasta. Okay, the tube trains are propelled by electromagnetic impulses up to speeds of 2,500 miles. One tube connects with one of their cities in the Mato Grosso jungle of Brazil. The Lemurians have developed space travel, and some flying saucers come from their subterranean bases. Bonnie says her people are members of a federation of planets. They grow food hydroponically under full spectrum lights, with their gardens attended by automatons. Okay, the food and resources of Telos are distributed in plenty to the 1.5 million population that thrive on a non-money economy. Well, shit. We ain't got no shit. Maybe I don't know. Maybe this could be the future of us. Who knows? But the way it's going, shit. Bunny talks about history of the Uyghurs, Naga Mayans, and Quetzals, of which she is a descendant. Okay, so she gotta be She gotta be a damn black girl then. What the fuck is he talking about? Talking about she was. Hold up, y'all. Let me recheck something right quick. Okay, old boy say I met a young, very pretty blonde girl with almond-shaped eyes, small, perfect teeth, whose name is Bonnie. So when we see blonde, we think of Caucasian. But yet, hold up, I'm finna show y'all the bullshit. But yet, Bonnie, where is it? Where that shit at? We about to find this shit. Talks about history of the Uris, or however you say that shit, Naga Mayans. And remember I showed y'all them pictures of what the Mayans look like, the original Naga Mayans. And Quetzals, of which she is a descendant. So where the fuck the blonde hair coming from? Anyway, let's keep it pushing. This motherfucker full of shit. She recounts the destruction of Atlantis and Lemuria and of a war between the two superpowers fought with advanced weaponry. She says the Atlanteans built a huge crystal-powered beam weapon that was used to control a small moon of Earth as a missile to be aimed at China. Alright, so well, who knows the name of it back then, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't called China. Okay, anyway, but their plans with Airy and the remaining isles. Wait a minute. And the remaining isles of Atlantis. Wait, did I skip some? Yeah, I skipped some. Wait the fuck. Hold up, y'all. But their plans with Erie and the moon split in two, coming down into the Atlantic north of the Bermuda, deluging the remaining isles of Atlantis. Okay, so that was supposed to call it a split, according to her. Or according to him, who's using her as a possible way to pull over his narrative. I mean, who knows? So, we always got to, anytime it come from one of them, we got to, take it with a grain of salt. She claims her people are now, because, they love to mix truth with falsehood. Let's keep it going, though. She claims her people are now part of a much greater underground kingdom called Agartha, ruled by a super race she calls Hyperbeings. A super race. I met Bonnie's cousin, Mattox, who, like her, is a strict vegetarian and holds the same attributes concerning the motives of our government. They constantly guard against discovery or intrusion. I know that should be correct. Their advanced awareness in technology helps them to remain vigilant. Will we openly meet these long-lost relatives of ours? Bunny says yes, but this is part of her incredible mission. Her mission to warn those who will listen of the coming cataclysms that will culminate at the end of the century and a shift of the Earth's axle. Now we know what they talking about now. So this is the time that we living in, where we take upon this here pole shift during the age of Aquarius. Okay, after this catastrophe, she, talking about Bunny, says the world will be one, and the survivors will build a new world, free of worry, poverty, disease, and exploitation. Shit. I guess this is why the Freemasons say chaos before order. Anyway, the world will exit on a higher plane of vibrations, and man will come to know his true history and heritage. okay, which we know is extraterrestrial. Now, science fiction. Bonnie is a real person, so he says. Many have met her. Is she perpetrating a hoax? Shit, we're gonna keep it pushing. For what motive? She does not seek publicity, and I have a devil of a time getting her to meeting to talk with others, but she has done so. There has been little variation in her story on her answers in the past 3 years. She has given me excellent technical insight on the construction of a crystal powered generator that extracts ambient energy. She has given me new insights on UFOs and their purpose in coming here. Bunny's father, the Ramu, is 300 years old and a member of the ruling council of Telos. Though I have never met him, she reports that his psychic powers are well developed and that hers are immature by comparison. Alright, Bunny does seem to have telepathic ability. Many tunnels are unsafe and closed off. All tube transmit tunnels are protected and are designed to eject uninvited guests. Does Bonnie have the answers we are all looking for? I don't know. I am not making the claims, nor can I provide proof. Bunny says she would like to satisfy our need for proof and will work with me on a satisfactory answer to that problem. But she is unconcerned with whether people accept her or not. Bunny is humorous and easy going and well poised, yet sometimes she becomes brooding, and mysterious. Accept this as a tale told for amusement, if you will. But what if she is right? Do we face coming cataclysm? She says her people are busy planning survival centers for refugees. One of these is to be near Prescott, Arizona. Sorry about that. If Bonnie is correct, then her predictions will come true and will give us all much to think about. Skeptics don't need to bother themselves with this story, as they have more solid events to run around and dispute. Those of you, where that shit at? Those of you who have knowledge of these events to run, those of you who have knowledge of things presented by Bunny are invited to get in touch with me and share their information. Perhaps we can all learn about this strange planet Earth. As Bunny has said to me several times, you can go within and sense the truth of what I say, and that will tell you better than anything else I could say to you. Alright, where we at? After the foregoing article appeared in 1980, Mr. Hamilton wrote 2 more on the Lemurian girl in the mysterious underground city beneath Mount Shasta. It is interesting to note here that the author George Hunt Williamson, in his book The Secret Places of the Lion, London Neville's Spearman, 1958, referred to the ancient land of Telos, a Lemurian colony, as being located in the Colorado Plateau area on the Four Corners region of the United States. Following is a question and answer session between Mr. Hamilton and Bonnie, which was written in part to answer some of the many responses he received from his first article. So many people responded to my article on the Lemurian girl Bunny that I have decided to impart further information as given by Bunny in hopes that it can clarify certain mysteries that we are all trying to solve. The following question and answer are condensed and edited exactly from a conversation we had in August 1979. Remember, it's condensed and edited. That means he put some cut on it. They always mix truth with falsehood. Remember this shit. It's just like when you open up the Bible and talk about some diligently revised and altered. That means they fucked something up. They took something out and added some in. Now let's go. Question. Were there 10 races on Lemuria? Now this is her answer, according to him. Yeah. According to him now, you know, could be some bullshit. Okay. Now, it's a they were called sub races. There was only one race, fucking right, and it was number of black people during that time. Okay, question. Can you date that? The answer. That was approximately 200,000 years ago. 200,000 years ago. So this was before the Sumerian gods, so-called gods, came and genetically engineered us and mixed their gene with us. This was around the time when they actually came, if I'm not mistaken. Because I think they supposedly came 200,000 years ago. Or maybe it was 150,000 years ago. Somewhere between there anyway. We're going to keep it going. Question. You once said that the early Lemurians came from the planet Aurora. I don't know what that is. Answer, yes. And at that time, the sun of Earth was giving off entirely too much radiation, resulting in shorter life spans. The hyper beings went inside this planet. They entered at the polar entrance, inside of where there is another sun, which has no radioactive effect. These people still live there in a major city of Shambhala. They are still ruled by the hierarch, the hereditary king of the world, whom the Buddhists name Rishdun Japo. The people who remain on top degenerated into what we call the fourth race. Note, Bunny stated that the hyper beings can also be referred to as the Tripolians. Question. Did they continue to degenerate? The answer she gives is they continued to degenerate. There came to be more differences in the races. They started mental degeneration on the point of warring on each other. Before fighting was unheard of. Okay, question. Did they have technology at that time? The answer she gives is at that time, the technology was quite high. The Lemurians started shrinking and stature from about 12 feet to about 9 feet. The fourth race was about 9 feet tall. The people started talking in the color of the land. The people started taking on the color of the land. The Atlantean skin were taking on a reddish hue. Okay? On a reddish hue. Okay? Indian red. Then we got chestnut. I don't know if y'all can see that. But we got Indian red. Okay? Right here. So they started taking on a reddish hue, which is a brownish color. Okay. Anyway, just wanted to point that one thing out right quick because I know how they like to bullshit. Asian and Lemurian skins took on a yellowish hue. Note, Adam means red man. Okay, we just saw the reddish hue, which is copper colored. Okay, matter of fact, I'm finna show y'all something right quick. So we're gonna make this quick. And then we're gonna pick off on part 2 of this. Because I don't wanna make this too long. And just put it in sections. But I'm gonna show y'all something. Now if we go on Webster's American Dictionary, the 1828 version of the English language, we go to the word American. Where we at? American. Y'all see my finger at? Noun. A native of America. Originally applied to the Aboriginals or coppered colored races. Found here by the Europeans. Found here by the Europeans. That means we was already here. But now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. But now applied because they came over here and stole this shit. Murdered and did paper genocide. Okay? Anyway, just had to point that out right quick so y'all can really understand who is talking about. When they say note, Adam means red man. Okay? It's talking about the so-called Negro, the so-called colored person. Okay? So-called mulatto that they reclassified the Native American as. The so-called black man, the so-called African American. Anyway, we been here. Now let's keep going. Wait a minute. I'm going to end it right here, and we're going to pick up on part 2.